right, guys, what's up? Welcome back. Here, Sunny, and we're talking social media. Specifically, kind of want to touch on live. You're a big fan of live. You do a lot of live. Live meaning going live on social media.
Right.
Specifically for you, Facebook.
Right.
Why do you like about live? Why do you do live opposed to other things?
Why do I do live? Because that's, it's more relatable for the people. It's like everything is real time. It's raw. It's real time.
Real time being a good one too.
And it's unedited. You make the mistakes happen. 9 times out of 10, even after the live is done, even if the mistakes are there, the video stays there. So whatever is out there is out there.
That's the thing, right? It's ability to make content that's suddenly on social media that permanently stays on there.
Yeah.
Without any editing.
And
from a video point of view, I'm like, this is amazing.
Right. Sometimes I've gotten criticism on, hey, you moving too fast, or it's making me dizzy, or it's like, sometimes when you're on live, you're not thinking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about.
You're not sitting there like pushing and pulling out.
Yeah, it's like I'm not.
Is this cinematic enough, guys?
We can do that when we do the edited stuff, but on live, I'm thinking about. I want to spotlight them. I want to wherever I'm at, and whatever I'm doing the live about. I want to make sure they're spotlighted, and that way people can also say, hey, yeah, I do go and do edited videos for these people, but you can also see the live raw footage on what's going on. Like, for example, I'm going food truck event, right? All these big food truck events that they throw. I go do a live, show everybody what's going on, raw, real time, and
you can showcase the whole thing at once too, right?
Yeah.
Because if you make a video, it's going to take like hours and hours of filming to highlight everything that's there. And it's going to take hours of editing to put it together.
Right. And
so you're showcasing the whole thing, running around.
Right, and also it's obviously you don't get the. When I'm doing my live, I don't go inside and bother people. It's like I do it.
But you could.
I could, but I could. You're absolutely right. But sometimes, some of these business owners don't want to be on.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, you're definitely not. But if you set it up right, you definitely could.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's absolutely something. Maybe I could work on that and provide something a little bit better for my viewers, if that'll make a difference. But I think it's all about the raw footage, and real time is basically what I go for.
The fact you're picking up your camera and you're actually just taking action. Being the biggest thing, right?
And 9 times out of 10, after I post something, like perfect example, all the stuff that I post, I share to different groups.
Yep.
And
the live feed.
Not the live feed. The afterwards pictures.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
gotcha.
So when I do that, I've done it multiple times where I post after pictures or videos, and I share them to different groups. And people say, "Oh, I wish I would have known about that." So maybe when I do a live, I can. I know there is a way, like especially on Facebook Live, where you can share to different groups.
Okay.
And people can see it on all the groups right away. I just have to crack that code on what's the best way to do that.
Okay.
But my point with that is, there's people always out there that are going to say, after the fact, they're going to say, "Oh man, I wish I would have known." And that's one of the reasons I feel like live it's pretty important when it comes to content creation or whatever you're branding yourself. It applies to everybody and everybody.
Was it Periscope, which is the first live? Do you remember Periscope? It was like a super popular app. It's kind of like a Vine. It was really big and just disappeared.
I don't think I
think it was like the first live sharing thing, and then everyone else stole it.
Huh.
But I was talking about it the other day. And it's like, I'm pretty sure Periscope's the one who.
I don't think I might have heard of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, right?
Seems familiar. But obviously, I've never used it.
It's kind of like the TomTom GPS, and all of a sudden it's just built into the phone, and TomTom disappeared.
Right.
It's what I'm finding with live. It's so like I'm on camera all the time, and live is so intimidating when
it's so much different than when you're doing it edited. Yeah,
it's like if you're going to become a public speaker, rather than like talk to one person and practice, you jump up in front of 10,000 and you start from
that's a perfect way to start.
You just like you just jump in with 2 feet.
Yeah.
But what I find, it's like once you kind of break past that, your confidence gets so high, and the ability to be on camera and not worry about all these outside factors. And then when you go back to something like this, where you can edit, you can cut things out, you can like make it pretty.
It a lot more easier.
It's so much easier. Yes. I feel 100% more confident doing this after doing a couple of lives.
And I want to say maybe that's one of the reasons why I've gotten to where I've got to this point, is because of that. It's exactly that. It's, once I put it on live, and like I said, I've been doing this for almost 2.5 to almost 3 years now. And if you go back and look to the very first live video that I did, it probably sucks.
Did you start doing live from the beginning? Okay. Yeah, that must have been daunting.
Before I even started doing all the edited videos,
really?
That's what I started doing.
That must have been crazy daunting.
And again, going back to when the pandemic time was, that's why I started doing this whole thing. And more importantly, at that time, live was everything, because I wanted people to know this is happening right now. If you're watching this, get down here. You need to get down here. This is happening right now.
Because no matter how good editor you are, you're not going to be able to get home and get it done in time.
Right. To tell people, hey, this is happening right now.
Yeah, so that's another really good reason for doing live, isn't it? Yeah. If you've got a grand opening, or you got something where you want instant attention and you want people to come down here that day, that's the perfect solution.
And I do that, and I do that with grand openings. I do that with, if any restaurant's doing specials. I do that with pretty much everything except for my insurance stuff. That's always edited most of the part, but that's
interesting.
Why.
So if you've got a new product coming out that day, or you're trying something, or you literally can like be making, say it's donuts, you're making the new donuts, whatever. You're filming it live. Yeah. Hey guys, in 2 hours time, these are going to be available at the shop.
Yes.
That's a perfect way, opposed to hiring one of us, come in, shoot it, edit it, try to get it out in time. And it's never going to be there in time.
And I feel like everybody should, that applies to everybody. It's a restaurant, food truck, realtors, insurance people.
Yeah, walking through a house, right? Like showcasing a house.
Right. And a lot of the realtors out here now do that, which is great. I feel like more people can do it. I mean, especially anything that has to do with branding yourself.
And I think live, are you holding it and shaky? But if you actually get someone to hold the camera for you,
that would work.
That's even better, right?
That's even better.
Like all this food truck stuff, if I was walking around filming you with my phone while you're live, and I'm able to frame things, make it look better,
right.
showcase things you're talking about,
absolutely,
that's going to be way better.
Absolutely. I just don't have the manpower.
But I mean, if as a realtor or something, you got your husband there, or a friend, or that's a really good way of doing it.
And there are people that do that too. And if you have somebody to bring along with you to do the lives, absolutely do, because that also, now one person's focusing on the camera and one person's focusing on talking about what's
you can
going
just kind of be the host of your little show, right?
Exactly, and make your own show out of it, basically.
Too. I like that. It's got me thinking, like, I'm trying to do live as much as I can, but okay, so when you go live and you see people starting to watch you, do you start to engage with those people?
Yes, I do. Okay. All the time, every single time. And that's one of the reasons why I do the live too, because I want, when people are commenting or I see people joining, I don't, sometimes it Facebook is live or weird sometimes. It wouldn't show the person. It will just show the number of people that are on there.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes it's hard to gauge who's on, who's not.
Yeah.
But if somebody starts commenting, where is this at, or hello, or hi.
Okay.
And I've had multiple times where people do that, and it's like, well, if hopefully I do see it on time and I respond back before they get off.
Yeah. So you start engaging and answering questions, things like that.
Yeah.
I noticed when I've done the live for this, it's so far away. I can see people watching, but without jumping up and getting out of frame and checking on.
So I guess that's one pro of doing it yourself.
Yeah.
You can see what's going on, who's not.
Yeah, because I want to engage and I want to get those people in more depth. But
and I feel like that also helps towards whatever you're doing, right? Because the personal touch is there. You're becoming more personable with the people that are watching, and you're in a way providing value because
100%.
You're not just doing the live just to do the live. You're not a robot just doing the live. You're an actual person, and you're actually interacting with them, and it shows people that I do care about if you watch it or not.
Yeah. You're not just trying to get views. You're actually trying to get depth in those views.
Right.
Provide value in those views.
And 9 times out of 10, it's whoever says anything or comments anything on those videos. It's them asking, where is this happening? When is it till? Or, that kind of things. And that way I answer them right away and tell them, this is what's happening. It's happening till this time. It's happening here and here and here. This is all who's participating. And absolutely.
I like it. If you got like a non-profit or a fundraiser, live would be a great way of doing that.
Yes.
Hey, we're down here, we're raising money for so-and-so. Someone just donated X amount of money.
Yeah, and that's
step by step, right?
Like something like that is
documenting the whole day in the journey.
Something, especially for something like that. When you're doing your nonprofit and you're doing your fundraiser, and some people, and it's kind of like I don't want to say competition, but it then also almost turns into it's like, oh, he did that. Let me see if
Sonny just gave $100. Big thanks, Sonny. You're on camera, no problem. If you want to come down, donate. This is where we're at.
If you want to double up,
we'll be here till 4 p.m. today. It's only 1 p.m. now.
Yes, and that's huge.
It's really starting to think. How else can I utilize this?
Absolutely, and I wish. I wish some more people would do lives like that.
Yeah.
Because it's only going to help. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it might in the beginning, if you're not used to it, you might look a little awkward on it, but who cares?
How do you get past who cares on the live? Because I mean, say you got 2,000 friends on Facebook, and all of a sudden they think, "Who's this guy think he is going live?"
Yeah,
he must think he's special.
Believe it or not, I get judgmental like that too sometimes, but it's just part of human nature. But you'll get over it, and it's like.
I think there's a true depth of meaning behind it. I think that, if you're some pretty girl and you're shaking your boobs, you're flirting with boys, and every guy's telling you how pretty you are,
right?
It's so shallow and so empty. But if you're on there trying to highlight a business or a nonprofit or a food truck, get together type thing, event, there's depth. There's actually some true meaning behind it. So if someone's hating on you, that's pretty messed up. But I mean, someone's hating on you because you're shaking your boob or you're wearing those shirts or something. You probably deserve it.
Yeah, right. No, but when I meant being judgmental, I meant being judgmental of myself, not anybody else.
Like beating yourself up.
Yeah, it's so I said, in the beginning when I started doing it, I would go back and say, damn, that it looked so awkward, or I messed up on my grammar, or it's like you start thinking. But I don't know how I did it, but I just told myself it is what it is. It's already out there. Just let it be, and you'll get better at it. And that's exactly what happened. It was just being consistent with it.
Do you find yourself learning to slow down and take your time and speak clearer and not mess up your words and actually get the right word out of your mouth when from doing it more? Because I feel like this podcast has allowed me to get better on camera and speak clearer.
Yeah.
Because you get so caught up and you get nervous and you're excited. It comes from practice, right?
It does, but again, I've put my mentality, turned it to who cares? When I say that, I mean, like the guy who told me, he was like, I was moving too fast on panning, I mean, yeah, I was panning to go to the next, whatever my shot was going to be. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter what happened. That's the best way I look at it, right? It doesn't really matter what happened in that half a second when I panned it over.
Yeah.
So you can't make everybody happy.
I know sometimes on the podcast I go to say a word and I'll think of 3 words that mean the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'll say nothing. I was like, and I'm like, which is actually the right word? What am I trying to go for? Because I'm trying to be intelligent. I'm trying to come across like a decent host. But it's
you could be your own enemy on that one.
Yeah, worst enemy.
Worst enemy on that one. It's just gonna be, you're going to overthink it too much, and you don't want that. And that's how I feel about the lives. Like I said, in the beginning, always overthinking it. Oh, should I delete it? And then, again...
Because you have the option to delete it or...
You do have the option.
The 30-day post or to keep it there permanently.
Right. And
why not keep it there permanently,
I always keep it there permanently.
It doesn't make any sense. Even if the event's over, it's still putting your face out there and showing you what you do.
Yeah. And recently... I've started to also share those lives to the different groups on Facebook.
Once afterwards.
Yeah, once afterwards.
How's the response on that?
A couple of likes here and there, but
people still watching.
People are still watching it. So maybe if I crack the code on how to post them all at the same time, right when I'm doing it. That might help a little bit better. But then again, going back to, if the post gets approved on the group on time or not, that's
these damn moderators.
Yeah, right.
Tell me. I swear it's hard to get in some Facebook groups than it is some cults, right?
So I mean, I've been lucky enough to crack some.
You can answer some stupid question.
Make some friends actually with some of these group admins, and almost all of them are okay with me posting and sharing.
Some are pretty bad though, right?
Some are pretty bad. Some of them will. I mean, I've had. I don't want to name names, but
I feel like there's like a monopoly to some of these groups where like, hey, it's my product or it's my business,
right?
Or you just don't know what's behind it.
And some of these groups, they've also, and hats off to them, they've built a pretty huge group, and these groups that I'm talking about have upwards of 50, 60,000 followers in the group. So, props to them for getting to that level. There is a lot of influence. Don't get me wrong, but some of them take that power a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's done right for sure, but sometimes I'm like, really, it's just a Facebook group.
Yeah, it's just a Facebook group.
It's like,
and I still till this day get my posts declined from groups. Oh, you can't post videos, or you just posted this last week. Who cares? Some people didn't see it last week, so some people are going to see it this week.
There's a modeling photography group, and there's someone who comments on if you don't tag the photographer and tag the model every single time, it's like a knock.
It's like, for what?
I was like, does it
it's
really
just a Facebook
matter?
group,
Like,
buddy. Just chill.
She knows who she took the photo.
Yeah.
I know I took the video.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
That's
she's
the
not
whole
going to become
different...
famous from me tagging this girl.
Yeah.
If anything, she's probably going to get harassed by everybody else on this page.
Right.
Like, just let it. Is it really that big a deal? It's not. It's not that big a deal.
It really is.
Like, if that's your main priority, I'm doing that in a day. Like,
and
you got to find something else to do.
Yeah, well, there are some people. Well, I don't know about that group specifically, but some of the groups that have gotten to that level, I think they get paid out from whatever they do, some way, shape, or form, because that is their full-time thing. That's all they do is monitor what's
Gotcha.
And then again, hats off to them for building it so big and getting it to that level. But yeah, going back to the lives and posting, and that's one thing. If you can do it, if you can crack the code on that, that's something I would definitely also do. Is just, as you're posting your live, make sure it's posted to whatever groups you want to post it to. 2 groups, 3 groups. So sometimes I post it to like 10, 15 groups if I can. And that way more people see it. And that's my...
It's like having just a piece of content and posting on your page and sharing it around.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing is I want people to see it. I want people to know what's happening right now. Because, like I said, just in the past 2-3 weeks from the past events that I went to, and I posted pictures and videos after, I've had, I want to say, at least 5 or 6 people say in the past 3 weeks, "Oh man, I wish I would have known about this."
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I've got a question for you. So there's a podcasting page, right? And it's just people posting their own podcasts, and there's no community, there's no value, there's no help. It's I'm like, why bother? No one cares. No one on that page is out there to see the other person. Same as the YouTubing pages.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just posting their, subscribe to me.
Subscribe to me, exactly.
It's not providing any value. There's no community. How do you kind of break away from that? And how it's so important to not be that way, right? Because I refuse 100%. To use this page because I don't just blast my podcast on there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I feel that way with some people that I follow right now. It's like, hey,
like bye.
It's like it's like you're just it's all about you selfishness. It's like, I don't. It's like if you support me, I'm going to support you. If you don't support me, I'm still going to support you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If I can provide value to you in some way, shape, or form, I will provide the value. I'm part of a couple of insurance groups too on Facebook, and same thing. They'll talk about whatever they talk about.
Yeah.
And if I have the time, I'll make it a point to go interact and say if it's something that I can help you out with, or if it's something I can find an answer for you from someone else, I'll do it. It doesn't bother me because, one, that's something that I'm already doing anyways, and I'm already here. And that's how I feel about the insurance and with the media stuff. If it's something that I can provide value on, whatever it may be, if I can provide the value, I'll be there. If I don't have the time to comment and interact with you, I'll at least show you that I care with an emoji, with the like or love or angry button or laughing button or whatever it is.
But
show some kind of interaction there, and I make sure I do that with everyone that I work with. I have other insurance agents that I'm friends with, and they post content. I make sure to go and interact on it, and or tell them, hey, this is a great video. This is a great piece of content.
Yeah.
And
not just posting your video for you, trying to get subscribers, views for you, and that's it.
And I sometimes go towards that. Say, hey guys, please subscribe to this. And so now I even stopped doing that because it's like, hey, if you find value in it, go subscribe.
Yeah, they're kind of going to do it automatically, aren't they?
What's that?
Like, if you're providing value in some lecture content, generally people are more enough aware that, hey, if I want to see more of this, I know how to follow, I know how to subscribe. I don't kind of need to be told.
Yeah, and so recently, I've had a YouTube page up for the longest time. I just haven't, I just need to find the time to post more on there. So I think it was 2 months ago, I shared a post saying, hey, this is the link. This is my new page. And that was it. So just to let people know, I also have a YouTube page. If you would like to follow it. If not,
here's my TikTok. Here's my YouTube. So just to kind of like summarize the live, for me, it's like stepping so far out of your comfort zone. It makes you grow quicker. And it gets you better on camera. And it stops you carrying quicker.
Yes.
And for you, you're talking relatability more than anything, right?
Yes.
And the ability to showcase something live that's happening right there and then.
Real time.
To draw real time being a perfect word, to draw attention to it, to get their butts down there.
Right.